Kicking off the card here, we got Tatsuro Taira making his return to the UFC, taking on the debuting Jesus Aguilar. And you see the line here, we got a minus 1100 favorite price tag for Tatsuro Taira. And, I can't really recommend a bet on it or anything, but it's hard to disagree with it. I feel like Aguilar doesn't really have a lot of outs in this fight. This is going to be his debut coming off the Contender Series. Taira, he's had 2 fights in the UFC already, had 2 good performances, and overall he's 12-0. And when you look at both these guys' fight styles, Taira, super long-rangey guy. You see in this fight he's going to have a 7.5-inch reach advantage. And his striking is getting better. He's throwing some nice straight punches, setting up the head kicks with the right cross, and he's moving around a little bit better and being a little bit more active. He could still struggle against pressure fighters with good takedown defense, but he hasn't really encountered that too often yet. And with Jesus Aguilar, he's more of a grappler, which I think is going to play right into Taira's favor because Taira likes to go to the ground. But on the feet, Aguilar seems just pretty raw. Like, he'll throw some big punches, but isn't really very technical. I definitely think Taira has the advantage there. And then Aguilar does have some power. I mean, maybe just in the pure power department, he could have an edge on Taira. But outside of that, I think Taira's better technically. And in terms of the wrestling, Aguilar may have a slight advantage. But if he goes and tries to take Taira down, unless he could just hold him on his back, which I think is going to be extremely hard to do, then he's going to be in trouble. Because I think if Taira gets on top, he could finish him. Aguilar in his last fight was able to go in there and have a war with Erison Ferreira. But I think that Taira's a little bit higher level than both those guys. And if it goes to the ground, Taira's really slick, good transitions, nice back takes, heavy ground and pound. He's actually one of these guys that has a good submission game, but his ground and pound is there as well, and he uses it to set up his submissions, and he could finish with it like we saw in his last fight. So I think Taira is going to get the job done. I don't see him getting tired here. One of the things that Aguilar weaponizes is cardio and a pace, and I don't think that's going to be something that he can use to beat Taira. I just feel like Taira is a composed guy. And until they bring him into that next level of competition at 125, I think he's going to be able to get these wins. So they're setting up here for him to get a victory, obviously, as you see him as this huge favorite. So I think Taira's going to go in there and get the job done, win inside the distance, and defeat Jesus Aguilar, probably by TKO with ground and pound.